I thought I'd jump on here and tell y'all what Pookie and Ray Ray really think about you hoes. Because throughout my whole life, I've been hanging out with nothing but Pookie and Ray Ray. Throughout high school, throughout youth, throughout middle school, throughout college, and throughout my whole life, just been hanging out with Pookie and Ray Ray. So, and Pookie and Ray Ray's, no other Pookie and Ray Ray's, and they sit around and they talk about this shit. To be honest with you, they smoke a joint while talking about y'all. And the question came up was me to them was, do you guys actually love these hoes? Do you actually plan a future with these hoes? Most of them niggas said no. When I say most of them, that means some of them say yes, but the majority of them don't want hoes. They have hoes, and they like their rotations. The simple fact about it is they say if a bitch want to be a bitch, why not let her? Excuse my French, but this is what they saying. And from all the Pookie and Ray Rays I know, they come from all ranges of colors to from light brown to chocolate to short to fat. It don't matter. Most Pookies have a good mouthpiece. If that makes sense. Our good Ray Rays got a good mouthpiece. They talk games good. Yeah, simple. And some of them actually have that thing on them, and they get around like that. There's different types of Pookies and Ray Rays, and there's different ways that they go about getting theirs. If that makes sense. Like, for example, I knew this one when I was doing trucking, and I was in the dorms, and he told me before we got on the bus that going to the dorms, told me that I used to live with this one woman, and while I was living with her, I also had another woman I was living with, and I never had a job. And I was like, I looked at him in his face, and I said, "What?" And then I had to take a step back and actually look at this man. And he was swole. He was a good looking man. No homo. But you get what I'm saying? There there's ways you have to do this. Like in college, it was kind of the same way. You had to look a certain way. Or you had to be a certain height. You had to dress a certain way. You had to smell a certain way. You had to have that slick, you know, tongue on you to, encounter, or to let's see, say if two dudes are competing for one chick, depending on the chick, because Pookie and Ray Ray, they don't go out here training girls that don't want to be trained. They understand this. You can't make a woman do what she doesn't want to do, honestly. So taking it from Pookie and Ray Ray's sense of point, they go out and they find hoes. Or hoes come to them a lot of the times, especially if you look good. Hoes will come to you, or just looking good. Looking good doesn't have to be your actual aspects of your looks. I mean, when I was in high school, it was like that. There was this group of pookies, I would call them, and to get in the group, here's your qualifications. You had to dress nice every day. You had to smell good every day. You at least had to be able to pull five girls every, like, just off random, like if you wanted to. And they would actually go out and practice this stuff and talk about what works and what doesn't work. Like, they were serious. So, and and that's how I know that they wouldn't train a woman unless they wanted them to be trained. I live in California, so, and I live in Los Angeles, California. So, and then when I went to college and learned about the eastern side of it, I went to Raleigh, to see. I went to a place. I went to HBCU. Let's put it like that. And the majority of the Pookies and Ray Rays either had dreads, tall, or he was semi-tall and he was buff, or he was just buff in general. Those were your Pookies and Ray Rays. And the Pookie that I saw and had the conversations with when I was in the trucking industry, he was around probably 5'10", around 5'10". So like semi tall. I I haven't yet to see somebody who's like 5'2" be a pookie. I'm pretty sure they're out there, but the most pookies I were able to see were height. So yeah, that's the thing. Um, when I was talking to them, and I was like, "So how many girls for this one in college? Because he stands out the most. Did you actually have sex with?" And he's around at this time my age, but he told me that he was 6'3", by the way. He told me that he has over 1,000 bodies that he can remember. And then the next week, they actually sat down and written down all the girls they had sex with. It was over. I don't want to tell the number. It's just that bad. And it came to the point to where he couldn't walk outside of the like on campus without like not having to show his face. He always wears something on his head too. But as I get down to it, because it's just like this: if you that man or you that pookie, and you put yourself in those situations with certain women that are crazy, and women nowadays, man, are possessive, like man. So you might be doing with one woman, she might be saying she cool for all that, right? And then she switch up, and then you poop, man. You ain't trying to do with none of them. So you try to cut her off, right? But she don't want to be cut off. She want to stay in the rotation, but yet still play her angle on to just keeping you, right? Pookie not trying to hear that. And so what he does is he eliminates her. Not killing her, but like avoids her. Go this way, go that way, see you, step this way. Because what you don't realize is Pookie talks to other Pookies and they talk to each other. So a lot of times he knows you're coming or he knows what you're about to say. What we get into our heads a lot of the times is a lot of these pookies are dumb. No, let me tell you, a lot of these pookies are in the military. A lot of these pookies, they work. And then the ones that don't work and getting out of prison, they pookies too. But like I said earlier, there's different angles. Yeah, get this. How can Pookie be smashing your bitch in a cell when somebody's actually smashing your bitch, but he ain't in the cell? He's either on the streets doing something. It doesn't matter if he's selling drugs or if he's selling life insurance or if he's selling cars or if he's selling real estate. Pookies are everywhere. Pookies are in the church. Pookies are your youth coaches. It does. You can't say, "Oh, he's a Pookie." Pookie has a certain dynamic to him. He is a person that likes to have sex with a lot of women, who needs a harem for himself. That's what Pookie. That is who Pookie is, and Pookie knows who he is, and what he thinks about marriage. A lot of times, from my experience, when I ask them about that, they don't really. They would like to get married, but there's no woman that can actually handle the way he want to actually be married. I mean, when we look at marriage, marriage just means a contract. So a contract is an agreement in between two people who are sober, right? And it's written down on what they want, what certain parties are going to do. And this party is going to do the dishes every day. And this party is going to make sure that the bills are paid. Okay. So, and then also they go into certain aspects of what they'll do with their bodies. Hey, do you want this contract? This is what Pookie says. And he said he want to do all these women. He don't really care if you do another man as long as he still get the is that okay with you? And if you shake his hand and y'all write that contract and it's like that, and you all of a sudden want a divorce, Pookie will give you the divorce, but don't be coming running back and forth. Because what's that old saying? when you running in and out the house and your mom is tired of hearing you say it's like either out or in. But nigga, if you run out that door and you saw and you want to run back in, you run out again, I'm gonna lock you out. Yep, that's what's gonna happen. This is what Pookie's think about hoes. But in the sense, he likes hoes. He, and certain man out here, like myself, won't deal with them. But I was willing, since Pookie is a brother, to listen to them. And hear what they gotta say. I grew up with a Pookie. Like, used to share cereal boxes. Like, I pour some in my bowl, he pour some in his bowl, and we have a conversation. And this is, in the way he thinks, it's sort of the same way how the rest of them think. He's a little bit more, he's a Pisces. So I would say he's liberal. So, like, the way he thinks is, like, more laid back, if that makes sense. He's more laid back. But right now, that man working. Most cookies I know right now working. They ain't giving about 2 good damns about these hoes right now. And I just wanted to say that because Pookie understands that he can have a whole bunch of women, but there's also another aspect of some people. That's all they know how to do, and they living off of it. Like that one who was 25 when I was doing trekking, and I had a conversation with him. He said, that's all I knew. He's like, when I was growing up, my mom used to beat me and say I wasn't shit. And then I would want to become better. And I guess that's why he was so buff. He said I started working out at a young age. He was around 40 when he started trucking. He said he's been living in and out of other women's houses since he was 18. Some people didn't choose his life. Some people had this life thrown on them. Crazy, right? Since he was 18. Dude was 45 when he started trucking. I hope he still has that job. And I hope he's still on the road alive, doing over the road. To be honest, I came on here just to tell the truth. Tell the truth and hit him where it hurt, which is the truth. Because it hurt to hear and to feel. But yeah, honestly, women, if you can stop all this Pookie and Mary stuff. All you gotta do, stop giving it to him. Stop giving it to Pookie and Ray and actually help the brother. If the brother's down and out, instead of soliciting him for sex, actually help the brother. And if who knows, when you actually help the brother, you might actually turn around and help you. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a guy who's been all over the United States, who had a lot of meaningful conversations with a lot of people you guys like to talk about. Pookie and Ray. Pookie and Ray. You know what's funny? One of my Pookie friends said, Wayne, what are you? No, Yomi, no, close the door. Close it, love you. No, you gotta go out there. Bye. Kids. But yeah, that's another thing. Pookie and Ray, stop making kids with women that are not fit to have kids. You know she's not fit to have kids. And you just made a baby with it because you had it in your emotions. Nigga, get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. You're not even prepared to have a kid. A lot of y'all live life like it's no tomorrow. If I told you you had 10 years to live and you had 5 kids and you need to leave them an inheritance, what would you be doing right now? Shit, not rocket science. And that's why a lot of them are working and leaving you alone. Working and leaving you alone. I like it. Well, it's probably bad for hot girl summer, but it's good for the economy, for a man economy. I mean, women going out and being by themselves and running up the GDP on the charts ain't bad, but living in that is not fun. Living in a world full of people running around giving the booty to everybody gets old after a while, man. I mean, y'all even say it yourself when he goes through his whole phase. So everybody got to be a hoe. So what happens when he done through his whole phase? Who's gonna be left there for him? Ain't nobody still holding the candle, waving. Nah, everybody want to be a hoe. No, everybody want to be a hoe, but nobody want to marry a hoe. And when I say nobody want to marry a hoe, man don't want to marry a hoe. What is this? Why? Why don't you want to marry a hoe? I'm glad you asked. Hold on, let me adjust myself. Why don't you want to marry a hoe? No, why don't you want to marry a hoe and give kids to her? First of all, because you don't know what that hoe is capable of when she's not even accountable for herself, or she doesn't even know what the next day holds, or what she's going to do tomorrow, or where you're going to, like, she's not even, like, put this, she's confused herself, basically. You're going to give a confused person some kids. Two things that might happen to your kids. Nothing. Your kid might end up gay, dead, or in jail. Gay, dead, or in jail. Or delusional. 4, my bad. Delusional about life, walking around, eating feminine. Confused. Straight confused. And why do you want more confusion? Do you like being confused? Because there's some people out there. Like I said, there's a smart pookie, there's a dumb pookie. There's a pookie who's physical. There's a pookie who's not physical. There's a pookie with a slick mouthpiece. There's a pookie with a not slick mouthpiece. And then there's a pookie who's just out here doing wrong. I got a question to the dudes who know another man raising his child. You know it. Seriously. Yeah. How does that make you feel that another man is raising your child? What's that? Regret? Oh. What do you think that child is going to say if you ever walk up on it? Think they're going to give you a hug? Think you're like, oh my dad, I'm so happy to see you. Nah, cuz you were just another nigga walking down the street. Yep. Why? Because you weren't there. And nor did you care enough to take him from her or her from her. And you know who her is? Your baby mama. And let her go hold it out. Because that's what she did with your kids. She sat here and hold it up. Hold it up. Yep. Legs up in the air, getting them ankles knocked loose. Kids in the background crying. You gotta say now. And what you know, what that dumb N-word did, after he did that, he didn't even leave. He went straight to the refrigerator, got him some orange juice, drank the whole carton. And then walked back in that room and went for round 2. And then went back to the refrigerator. Got him something else, because there was no more orange juice. Ate up all that. Round 3. Nigga. But listen, I'm trying to get to you. You want your kid to go through that? You want your kid to see that? That's my mom. No. And ladies, what I'm saying is not wrong. If you want your kid to see you throw it back to the sun come up and let them struggle and you trying to hold up, what sense does it make? That make no sense. If you want to do that, go do that without the kids. Give that man his kids. See, it's different when a man does it. Because all he has to say is, Mommy wanted to go be a hoe. And then the babies will be like, Daddy, what's a hoe? And be like, well, a hoe is somebody who really likes to have sex with any and everybody. And that's what your mom wanted to do. Right? And that's what you tell them. And then the kids will be like, oh, my mom's a hoe. And at this stage of a child's infancy, they won't really judge their parents for being a hoe. They'll just be like, oh, my dad doesn't want a hoe. And he let her go be a hoe. But if now he gets another woman, now they get to see what's not a hoe. Or their dad trying to figure out what's not a hoe, but they can see how life's supposed to go. That's why we have a lot of dysfunction in our community. Right? And I'm not even mad for Pookies and Ray Rays having sex with a lot of women. I'm mad at Pookies and Ray Rays for destroying family households. That was supposed to do. That's my only beef with y'all, right? And I told them a couple of times. And what one told me, he said, a lot of the times, bro, it's not even me trying to get with her. A lot of the times it's her trying to get with me. And I said, what? And he said, yeah. He said, a lot of times it's these women talk to each other, so they know what I am. They know what I got, so they run up on me. And a lot of times they don't even tell me, and I gotta go figure this shit out myself. So this is a dangerous lifestyle. You know? That's why I say to my last girlfriend, stop telling your friends what we do. Stop telling your mom. Stop telling your granny. Stop telling them what they do. Unless you want them to try your man, stop telling them what you do. Because they'll be like, shit, that sounds good. I'm gonna get my shit going out like that. Shit. And your granny might be thinking, when's the last time I had me something like that? Huh? Okay. You don't think people think like this, but I know people think like this. And I'm talking specifically to women right now. Stop telling people what y'all do. Your whole life don't gotta be on Snapchat. Your whole life don't gotta be on Facebook. Your whole life don't gotta be everywhere. Your ass ain't gotta be everywhere. You ain't gotta show it to everybody. You know? I mean, people be on OnlyFans and all that. That's more discreet. But even then, people you might know might see you. So I know of people that wear masks and do this. And I'm like, okay, that's more respectable now they don't know who you are. I don't know this person from Dustin, from the white on his wall. I just see them there with a mask on. That could be anybody's body. Unless you got some tattoos that I can differentiate your body. A lot of people have unique tattoos to themselves. Pay attention. But this is just that Pookie and Ray Ray talk and how he feels about you hoes. The majority of them, I just had to do everybody's talking point because it wouldn't be fair if I just said my talking point and I had to address the other talking point because I'm thinking to myself, it's done. Why you do it? Stop it. Stupid. And then I would be like, with the ones I do agree with, man, keep doing you, brother. Fuck bitches, get money. But really, it should go get money, then fuck bitches. That's why you hear a lot of their raps. They always say it's the homies over bros, homies over hoes. Specifically, they said hoes. That's why when somebody's left from the group and they're always with a girl, we be like, "Ooh, bro," we be making fun of him because we think he found the one. And we're like, "What do you mean I found the one? I found one that's gonna act right. I found one that's gonna act right." He be like, and we make fun of him. We don't make fun of him over no hoe though. Like, yeah, bro, you smashed that. Oh, like, man, we about to go flip like 3 more. Really? Where? Down the street. I was texting me, telling me they ready. Conversation, having making, but when he's with that girl 24/7, he not part of the truth, meaning attack pussy group. This is funny. When he's not part of the group, you'll say to him, "Bro, where you been?" He'll be like, "Man, I just been playing 2K." Lying ass, bro. You ain't been playing 2K, bro, because I be playing 2K. I don't even be seeing you on there all like that. I don't even be on there all like that. You used to be on there all like that, but you're not on there, you with us. And he's like, "What you been doing, bro?" Because you got to understand, who else do N-words hang around with the most? Their bros, right? They only be flipping each other, huh? And then they go talk with their bros. So he has different questions for me when it comes to trying to figure out if he's actually with a girl that he likes. When it's a hoe, it's just like, man, you hit that chick, yeah, bro, add her up to the record. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going. Don't care. But when you find that one, it's different. Your bros respect her. And that's depending on if you got the right people around you. And if you have the right people around you, they respect you. People know who they have around you. Beware of wolves in sheep clothing. I don't have this problem, but I know people that do. It's just evil to other people like them. So that's what I have to say about Pookie and Ray Rays. And if y'all want to have like a rotation in 6, 5, 3, 4, 2, can't say 1. Go ahead, do you? But just know you gotta provide for all those women, or find a way to have them provided for, aka the same thing I said. Okay, you guys, make sure you like this video. If you're new to this is me starting off the beginning of me and YouTube out here. In my other videos, I say a lot of people come up to me and tell me the truth. I'm the why kid. Well, growing up, always ask why, always ask questions, always trying to stay informed, and that's been my whole life throughout high school. I've just been studying people throughout middle school, studying people. Elementary wasn't a blur, but I wasn't really focused on people. I was more focused on reading. So, life, man. Hands itching, right hand. But it's my go-to. That's enough of that. Went to Shaw University, went to a lot of colleges. Ugh, that's a mess. But we're here now. And I'm out here talking about my experiences, talking points. See a lot of people out here, they got a lot of missing, like, I think some people sit down and they think what they think is correct when they're actually wrong. Because to find the truth, you must find the norm in that particular area of field. See, when I was studying for appraisal, we would say, if you want to appraise the house, you have to find a house in the area that is like it. And you have to take certain things from it. Well, what happens if you have a house that's different than all the other houses? Well, you take certain bits and parts of the house and you appraise it to things around it that have that certain bits and parts, and you appraise that house. Well, there you can always appraise a house. This is appraisable. And how I appraise Pookies and Ray Rays and my life on this and in other things, that's how I'm presenting myself in my aspect in life. That's how I went about in life. I always went about appraising things. I always appraise things from the top to its bottom, the way it looks, from the way it smells, from everything. And that's why I feel like a lot of people out here they don't be talking the truth. They just be talking what come out of their head. Because to find the truth, I would have to go out and appraise things to actually find your value, which is the truth. Okay? So what I'm saying is the reason why I piece my story like that is because I had to tell you where I get certain of these facts from, where I get my data statistics from. Is from the actual people. It's not from the horse. It's not from yeah, I said the hoe or the whore. It's not because that's who they dealing with. They ain't telling you nothing. They keeping y'all confused for good reason too. A lot of y'all got problems, they say, and they're not therapists. They just want the pussy. But if you ask me, a lot of women got daddy issues, got a lot of man issues. They feel like a lot of man abandoned them. I don't know what that means. You didn't have an uncle in your life or your grandfather. What about your brother? And it's always that one man that got to pay for everybody. That's why they always ask, where the good man at? Good man hear this and run. Why would I want to pay for somebody else? That's a bad investment. Again, guys, I'm new to YouTube in this room. You guys stay with me. I promise background change. The camera settings will get better. Won't be as loud. You can hear me better. Might even get to weigh in on comments and topics. But I gotta keep posting and getting higher in the algorithm for that. But I just wanted to get on here and talk about Pookies and Ray Rays. Because I know I already said this. It's just people. And honestly, where I'm hearing them from, because all this COVID, is talk show hosts. Mainly Kevin Samuels, but there's other people too. They come on and they talk, and they'll just say certain things that are just not true, or just don't apply. And I don't fault them for that because they don't know. They ain't never been in Pookie or Ray Ray, or they don't know any Pookie or Ray Ray. They just know they out here. Okay. So from me to you, that's what Pookie thinks about you. And much love. Change your ways. Get some therapy.